Revelation 5129. From the 12th of May 1951. Power of God. Outpouring of the Spirit. The strength of God, the Most High, flows through you when His Spirit pours over you, and this influx of strength is the most precious thing you can receive as long as you still live on earth, for it is a foretaste of eternal bliss. It is the awareness of nearness to God which, however, is often only felt by the soul and cannot be perceived by the external human being, that is his physical senses. But the soul feels the happiness of unity with Him, which the impartation of strength testifies to. It longs for this temporary happiness as a permanent state and strives for it ever more eagerly in the realization that its actual destiny is the uninterrupted reception of strength, that it is only perfect when God's strength flows through it without ever escaping from it. It is a child of God which has distanced itself from Him and thereby also lost the unlimited strength flowing to it. It will also constantly feel this loss of strength as a lack as soon as it has once become aware of its divine origin. If it does not yet have this awareness, then it will vegetate, even if embodied as a human being, as a being which is no higher than an animal. But through its own fault, it resists every expression of strength which God's love turns towards it. It escapes from it in resistance to God. Then it is still in deepest darkness and does not recognize itself for what it is either. Then it lacks all contact with God. The spiritual spark in it is dead, as well as it itself has fallen prey to spiritual death, because without God's strength there is no life. This state is the fate of those who are still bound by the chains of Satan, whom he still has in his power. And they will never be able to free themselves from him by their own strength, for they lack the divine strength which alone can defeat the adversary. God gives everyone the strength, but He makes it dependent on the individual's will whether he utilizes the strength from God, whether he opens himself and makes himself ready to receive His flow of grace. He only looks for open vessels into which He can pour out His Spirit. He wants to give, and His gift should always be gratefully accepted. Then God's strength will flow down on you humans without restriction, which you may now use at your own discretion. The initially still slight resistance will soon give way and a joyful readiness to receive will arise, for God's strength awakens you to life. And life also means bliss. Living means utilizing the strength according to your own will, which is then also God's will when His strength can work in a human being. Unimagined strength could certainly be received on this earth if people's lack of strength were recognized and they wanted to escape this state. The will alone secures them a supply of strength, and then the conscious striving begins to participate in God's supply of strength to a greater extent. Then the spiritual spark in the human being will awaken to life, and then a sinking into the spirit's state of death need never be feared, for then the human being will live for eternity. Amen.